Hi, Carol here. A warm welcome once again to my craft room, and looky, the LDRS Creative wonderful new release of this dotted hearts, the open hearts, hearts galore, and that's what I'm going to use in the next tutorial. This beautiful heart flower cover plate. I'll be using this, and well, I use everything in this release. As you saw, this is the second card. We have 22 of these sentiments. Love stack is the top one, and then there's an all stack with all different types of sentiments on there, from birthday to sympathy, I care, friendship, all kinds of goodness here. They're all flagged. All you have to do is match the little squares, die cut away, and you have yourself a lot of sentiments for cards. Then there's the die with the wreath stamp and more sentiments. The pandas, I mean, aren't these adorable? I've already done a few projects using this, and you know I love the fact that I have the dies that cut them all out. Our little friends, 33, I think, here in this stamp set, 33 images. Is that fabulous? And then today we're going to use the stencil, a well-used stencil. If you turn over LDRS Creative stamps and dies, you'll notice that they're all colored. You have so much inspiration to begin with that they share with us, you know, inspiration plus. You can just check out the back, change the colors, or do the exact same replica of what is on the back of these cards. Aren't they gorgeous? And then you can coordinate them with all the other LDRS Creative items that you have in your stash. So we're going to get going because I have 4 cards to share with you. Now this one, in the last card, I showed you how I found this paste, this real thick glitter paste. I mean, it was on its way, like I said, to the gravel pit. It was so crazy hard, but I knew with friction and metal I could soften it up and put it down on this stencil and get a beautiful result. And I did. It's just gorgeous, and you keep pushing that with metal. Obviously you're not going to gain the heat from plastic, but it will heat up if you keep going. Like, don't stop, just heat that metal spatula up and go, and you're going to have yourself a beautiful stenciled heart flower image using paste. And it's gorgeous. And then, believe it or not, I found the matching ribbon for this one. So it was a bonus on this card. I'm doing 4 cards. I think last time I said 5. I apologize. It's 4 cards, all 3 sides of each card. So it will create 12 inspirational images for you to make cards with. If you do, these are 5 by 5, but if you do A2 size cards or whatever, you're going to have inspiration for 12 fronts on your cards that I think you'll love. Remember on yesterday's card I was going to tell you where that spatula, the metal one, the large one right here, was from. It is a Dreamweaver spatula, and it says Embossing Paste Spreader by Dreamweaver. So I'll leave the link on my blog today for you for the last 2 cards. Yeah, there it is right there. Any dry paste that you have, try to use a metal spatula first and gain the heat and the friction to get it to become a little bit more creamy. I mean, it's not going to be a, you know, a cake icing spread, but it is going to be, you're going to be able to spread it, and it's going to look beautiful, and it's not going to crack once it's dry. I've had this a couple of days and it hasn't cracked. So let's seat it now on our 5 by 5 card base. I had this 6 by 6 silver paper, and I thought I would cut it down with just a little bit showing when I put this, it's kind of like a burgundy red. I tried to get it up because it was tilted to one side, but I knew I could move it if I had it lifted up, I'd say, you know, about halfway, and I didn't have to, you know, suffer the consequences of it ripping and we've all been there and we don't want that to happen. So I'm just holding it down for a minute. Then I'm going to put a silver bow on there because, as you know, I have so many bows to use up thanks to my friend Debbie. I am so grateful, and I went to my stash and there they were, silver bows tied perfectly. And I'm going to add it to this. I'm going to use my double-sided Suquang tape. This comes in a roll, it's 5 inches. And I'm cutting it down because I'm going to never have to worry about this coming off the card base, because Suquang tape is wonderful, and this roll, it's really nice to have around. I've had mine, I don't know how many years, and it's still working strong with it. Yeah, so you can consider that for double-sided tape. It's on there. We'll take it off and we'll seat it down. A thank you to everybody that watched my previous LDRS Creative project. Actually, many projects have gone up. This release has just been fabulous. I've loved every second. I couldn't wait to have time in my craft room. Now down here, what I'm showing you is I scraped it by accident on the silver. So all you have to do is take your pokey tool and make intentional scrapes on the bottom. Just go across there, because it is noticeable because it's so shiny, and just make your own little scrape. Sorry, as I say every tutorial, I get a ding from an email. I can't help it, and I don't want to stop. Once you're on a roll, you have to keep on rolling, right? So there's my silver bow, and the opal ribbon, that's, you know, with the opal paste. I thought you have to have opal diamonds. I mean, right? It just only makes sense. And by opal, I mean it shines all different colors at every angle you put this card on. I like the fact, oh, it's a day 4 email. Sorry, I hope I don't get any more. I will take them out of the edit if I do. So here we go, every circle. It looks so empty. It looks naked in there. So we have to put one of our opal colored diamonds on each of them. And it jazzes it up, doesn't it? So much, just adding this. You don't have to add much more if you're just, you know, if you're doing a box of cards like I'm going to do. You don't have to really, you know, other than growing a flower, because you do have time while this paste is drying. So you never know what I'm going to do, right, when I'm doing my voiceovers. And I hope everybody's having a wonderful day here in Ontario. It is snowing, snowing, snowing. It looks beautiful from out my craft room window. I'm enjoying it as I do this. And so here we go. Hubby just came in and I said, oh, I've got to do a voiceover. Please don't make any noise. So he's not. Yeah, he's just down there waiting for me to finish up. And oh, we're going to have a little birdie visit. I love this heart, Carol. Ooh, it's beautiful. I love vellum. Thank you. So we're going to fold up. Yeah, I have more fun with my little critters, I think, too. You know, as other people say that they enjoy them coming across the screen now and again. So the art glitter glue will dry clear. So if you're using vellum, and this is 29-pound vellum, I want you to be able to see the flowers and the opal diamonds through it. So I wanted it's transparent as possible in my stash, and 29 pounds was the least, and it was see-through. Now these pearls are like a mauve gray, and they have a glitter to them, like you have to have it in a certain direction. They're not flat colored, but they are beautiful. They match that silver bow and the opal ribbon. It's somewhere in the middle, and I really like it. So when you put your glue down, and any good glue, I'm just putting some heat on here onto the vellum as I apply the glue so it dries faster when I add the diamonds. Then I'll cut them off because I don't want to take the chance of moving the left side as I'm trying to manipulate the pearls, you know. Give me those pearls. They're just beauteous. I'm just holding this down first because it lifted a little bit. So I'll hold that down, and I'm talking about the vellum. I'll hold that down, and then we'll carry on. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'll work from the bottom and then up to the top so I know how much I have to cut off. The more pearls I have, the harder it is to work with. Oh, I guess I didn't. In my mind, I'm thinking, why don't you cut that off? And I left one extra one hanging. So the heart looked like it was, you know, like a real heart, like a real edge to it in the center. I like that look. And that's all you need to do. It's beautiful. And working with this many bows, hearts, it's wonderful. So my favorite times are always with you is the sentiment I'm going to use. I'm just holding it down there, but I do have to lift it up because I noticed the left side was higher than the right side. So I'll seat that probably a couple of times. I don't know what it is. Do you ever notice that? If you have the card straight down, if I have my card straight down on the island, I look down, it looks straight to me, but when I hold it up, it ends up being crooked on the left. So I must have like a slanted eye on the left side. What can I say? But, you know, you can always lift it up and reset it. And I love this. It's kind of like, I know I'm going to reset it again just by looking at it there. It's still a bit high. So, do you see that? Yeah, I see that. Just a little bit. It has to, there we go. I did it. My favorite times are always with you. And there you go. That could be Valentine, which is I think tomorrow, is it? And, but, you know, it's for birthday. It's for everything. Just thinking of you. It's for hearts or for friendship. It has so many variables you can use it. Now, here's the silver paper I talked about. This is the roll that you use. I get it at the dollar store where nothing's a dollar where I live. And it's for putting in your shelf, right? It's shelving paper. I love the fact it peels off. I love the fact that it weighs absolutely nothing. It's like a feather. And this glitter, you can't rub it off. It's beautiful. You have to see it to believe it. The gold and silver, it's beautiful. Really easy to work with. So I'm going to cut this down and seat it on top of some of the burgundy paper for the back. This is going to be the back of the 3 designed card. I love going to my stash and finding, you know, different things to work with. I did I did place it, not point it. And it's so sticky. I wanted to show you how sticky this is, but it comes up really easy. So you can manipulate it afterwards. I'll pull the backing off as I'm placing it on. And then once you take something, you know, flat and you take the air out of it, it seats beautifully. But I did realize, I was going to use that ribbon, but I changed my mind. I did realize that I needed, what was I doing there? Oh, yes. I wanted to make sure that I had the glue dots under there. Oh, we have a visitor. Ooh, yeah. I'm upside down crazy about that card, Carol. Thank you. I am too. Oh, here's where I'm using my pokey tool to add some of those lines because I ended up making a scratch there. And I wanted that scratch to look intentional, so I pushed it all the way across the bottom. You can't even tell. So here we go. Just a little sliver of the burgundy. Does not look nice as a front and a back. Just that little bit. But I did have to cut some off. I think I left the bottom white because I did put something, I think, along the bottom. I finished this last night, or yesterday sometime. I can't remember when. I put some runner on there, some glue on there, and then the white base goes on the burgundy. Then I'm going to put more Xyron double-sided runner and add some art glitter glue to stick her down, and here we go. See how I did leave that little bit on the bottom? I had to if I wanted to have burgundy as the ledge. Now, I have more cards coming up using these hearts, and I wanted to show you how I color with Copics to make deep red hearts. You know, those kind that look like they're actually bubbled. So I will do that. That's an upcoming card since I get the edit voiceover done. But I had this cut out, remember, from the open heart, and it is gorgeous. And I love the glitter of it. So I wanted to use another panda and another open heart, like an open heart. 2 hearts open. I love this kiss hug, but I didn't use it. I decided to use that with love. Remember, we stacked that 4 high and we colored it with our Copic air gun. And there we go. I have the word love, and it is dark to light. Dark starts at the bottom, and light, I'm just trying to get how I'm going to situate it here, and light towards the top. Nice ombre look. I find it really easy to create when I get the package from LDRS Creative, my design team package, to color everything as much as I can on one particular day. Just take a day, do your coloring, do your die cuts, have everything prepared, and that way it frees your mind up to design because everything is sitting right in front of you. And then if you want to add, you know, an extra bit, an extra little critter or an extra something, it doesn't take you much time at all to make it. So that's what I do. I set them all in front of me, and then I'm ready to go, especially doing, you know, 4 cards with 3 sides on them. You want to have some preparation completed before you start. I do anyway. It's kind of like the way my brain works. So here we go. Oh, are you coming by to check? Ooh, Carol. Oh, I love the doily. Yes, keep that doily. Oh, once again, this doily comes to my rescue. The white on the navy looked beautiful, so I said, why not? Let's put the white on this burgundy red. And I'm going to put runner down first, then seed it down. You don't need to add any liquid. It's so thin, you know, once you pick off all the layers, that I didn't want to put anything liquid underneath. Oh, this is for another card. Pretend you didn't see that. I'm making another card too. I started to make that one. I'm just getting some things out. That was, you saw me do that start, but yeah, I hid it. So you didn't see it. So here we go. That's my Xyron runner, and we're going to, I mentioned it, I love runners that are dots, that are dotted. And I don't know why that is. I just do. And then I added some of the ribbon that's in the front, that opal ribbon. And then I'll cut it off on the bottom because it's hard to get that straight line when you're putting the doily down, you know, because once it's seated, that's it. And then I cut some of the ribbon off. It was easy peasy to cut the ribbon. I didn't have any problem. I wanted to use this fat bow, this beautiful white chunky bow. So I'm placing it right there, and all I'm using is a glue dot or 2 and the art glitter glue, and it goes down. And because I have the that I made the gusset so thick, it worked really well for me. And then another open heart. Isn't that die beautiful? And of course the XOXOXO, I have to put that there. I was wondering what I should do with those flowers. I'm pretty sure I used them. Yeah, right there. That's where I used them. And that's in the friend set. Isn't it beautiful? There's the back. There's the front. There's the other card. 2 down and 2 to go. So let's get this envelope done. And you can see how well used this stencil is, this heart stencil. Now I wanted to make sure I made these really dark at the top. I wanted to ombre down the flowers, the heart flowers. So I had a really deep red, and then I wanted to carry through with the blue. I know it was different and I didn't use anything blue on this card, but I really do like this because when I put it in the set, I'm going to put the largest of the double stitched heart in the center so that somebody can write their name. I didn't do it here, but that's my plan to do that because I want to get these 4 cards up before tomorrow for you to see and have the box made to put them in. So that's my goal for today. So anywho, thank you very much as always for blessing my day and stopping by my channel. I do appreciate it, you know that. So there you have it. My husband was nice and quiet. He's doing office work. So that's a good thing. And then, yeah, he said, go on up there and finish it. I'll be quiet. I said, okay, thank you. So here we go. I am all finished. You have yourself a blessed week, as I always say. This is it, the second card. And take care. I will see, bye. I'll see everybody on the next project. Enjoy the pictures.